presents Punxsutawney Phil! Woo! Nice job, Phil. Phil's made a choice.
Hear ye, hear ye, hear ye. Now on this February 2nd, Punxsutawney Phil, the seer of seers, the prognosticator of all prognosticators, was awakened from his wintry nap at dawn on Gobbler's Knob. Phil looked to the skies and then, speaking in Groundhogese, directed the president to the proper scroll, which reads, "What a way to start a Sunday fun day. You always said you'd make it here one day. To this place, barely big enough to contain ya. To this sweet Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania. We're all here with the elements combined, where Mother Nature meets Father Time. To hear the truth are those gray skies. Only I know you can't trust AI. It's Groundhog Day, and maybe life is on a loop. But I miss my burrow. I miss my coop. So I'm headed back down. There's a shadow up here. Get ready for 6 more weeks of
FBI Purge.
Purge at the FBI. Purge at the top levels of the FBI.
Purge of DOJ and FBI officials.
Congressman, surely you recognize the chilling impact in all of this. Who in the world in the FBI, if this takes place, is going to be willing to investigate any malfeasance alleged within this administration? People are going to say, if I now pursue what is reported as someone breaking the law who works for this president, I'm going to lose my job.
No, that's simply not true, because there's a difference between you have actual evidence that would lead towards an investigation versus, and no pun intended, trumped up evidence, which is exactly what took place as far back as the Russia collusion scandal. They lied to the FISA courts knowingly to open up an investigation into President Trump's first presidential campaign. They lied to the FISA courts. They were using misinformation. They were letting laundered, doctored evidence into that situation. And we have all the proof
like you say, the unprecedented nature of this is what's really rocking Washington, D.C. to its core this evening. A lot of these people have gone through their lives thinking themselves as made men, right, in a very mafioso sense of the word. And that is becoming undone in front of their eyes. I think there is an element of this to consider as well, that this is the first step. If you go in this hard, you're not actually, what you're showing is that you're going to clear house entirely, because these are some of the most senior people we're talking about. It's some of the people who are in charge of the persecution against President Trump over the last 4 years. And these are people who fundamentally thought that they would be shielded, masked, kept even anonymous from the world's perspective and the world's scrutiny, because they really didn't think that President Trump would win a second term. They thought they had all the tricks and tips in their book in order to keep him out for another time. And now the chickens are coming home to roost. I think again, and I've said this pretty much every day since the beginning of this administration, is that they are going further and faster than anybody had possibly imagined. I would include myself in that. Perhaps in my, my greatest dreams in the world, we'd end up in this situation. But you end up, you do end up in your mind compromising. You do end up thinking, okay, there are going to be things they can do and can't do. But this really goes to show that the next 18, 24 months for the globalists, for the far left, for the entrenched political class in Washington, D.C. is going to be a meltdown, the likes of which we have never seen. All the fun that was had in 2016, all the screaming video memes, all of the mashups of Maddow, all of that will look like nothing in comparison to what's coming.